All right. Is everyone here? Hello?
What's up?
Hey.
Hey,
Okay.
guys,
Uh,
I'm stressed. Project's due tomorrow, and we need to choose a topic.
Yeah. Anyone have any ideas?
Mm,
yeah, I have no idea.
no clue.
Wait, hold on. Look at this video I just found. It has some really great information.
Oh,
Oh, cool. Can you like share your screen or
awesome.
something?
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, this is the Nightly News. You're welcome. I'm Joe Dunleavy, and you are not. Today's top story comes from Japan, a small town called Kamikatsu with a population of only 1,374 people. Tune in to see what makes this town extra special. Clara has the story.
Thanks, Joe. I'm Clara, and I'm reporting live here from Kamikatsu, Japan, a beautiful small town that has completely reinvented what it means to sustainably deal with solid waste. Today, 80% of the town's waste is either recycled, reused, or composted. For comparison, that value in the United States is just 35% of our waste. How does this town have its numbers so high, you may ask? Well, this town doesn't only sort their waste into paper, plastics, and glass, but they actually separate it into 34 different categories of waste. These categories include sorting each plastic by number, sorting metals by type and shape, and also by sorting glass by color and shape. After this sorting, they wash all the materials and then implement a second sorting process to ensure that all of the waste is placed in the correct category.
In the times before recycling and climate change had become a global issue, this small town Kamikatsu used to burn their trash. Another method they used was dumping their trash in their backyards. Now, keep in mind, many countries today still burn their trash as well. Waste-to-energy facilities are commonly used in countries around the globe, but the difference here is that this burned trash is not being converted into energy. Burning trash doesn't only cause adverse health impacts on the environment, but also on those people living near the burning trash. Residents in Kamikatsu noticed how the burning trash was affecting the environment and knew they had to make a significant change to their behavior. Now, the town employs several different sustainable practices, not just recycling. They also have a store where you can give older items a new life and take them for free, and a store where they can create new items out of old waste. Back to you, Joe, in the studio.
Wow, truly insightful stuff. Did I hear you say that this town is only diverting 80% of its waste? Now, I'm no math major, but I don't think that 20% waste is zero waste. Excellent point. But the idea and the moral of this story is the pursuance of zero waste. For example, the US only diverts 35% of its waste from landfills, which is clearly much less than Kamikatsu. So it could stand to learn a thing or two about the policies enacted here in order to solve our problem of waste. Yeah, okay, but what about the fact that this town only has 1,500 people? When they make it much easier to regulate and implement an extensive sorting program? How do you expect something like this to work in the US with a population of 300 plus million, especially when a survey showed that 62% of Americans felt like they didn't have enough knowledge to recycle properly? That's actually surprisingly a decent question. Now, I'm no expert in people or governments or journalism, so I'm going to defer this question to some experts. So, how can we start to approach zero waste in the US?
Great question, Joe. There are absolutely ways that the US can get closer to zero waste. On the regulatory side, the government can implement policies such as a single-use plastic ban, which would reduce the number of items being created that would even need to be landfilled in the first place. The government could also create a national bottle deposit program or glass returnable bottle programs. They could also create a national composting program to encourage the diversion of organic waste from landfills. Lastly, by encouraging big businesses to adopt circular economic models, the government can go straight to the source of the landfillable material and stop it from ever being created.
On the individual side, the zero waste movement is starting to gain traction in some US cities. The movement focuses on making individual choices to limit the amount of waste that each person produces. So, some examples of this include using reusable grocery and produce bags, reusable containers, and really any other way of limiting single use plastics. You can also change eating habits to produce that require less packaging and other byproducts from transportation, such as buying from local markets or bulk food co-ops, or even just, growing your own food in your backyard. Finally, another example is using sustainable products, such as personal hygiene products that can be reused or composted. In some areas, no waste stores have begun to pop up to cater to those who would prefer to buy products without all of the additional packaging and plastic waste.
Wow, truly insightful reporting. Well, that's our show. Like I always say, I hope that you learned a thing or two about Kamikatsu. Good night, everybody.
So this actually reminds me a lot of the time that I went to Nantucket to see some of my families, because when we went there, I obviously had to dump off some trash while the week we spent there. But they had a lot of different categories. Some of them were shipping boxes, plastics, I think it was tins and aluminum, glass, compostable, and non-recyclable, like waste that you need to dispose of. And then I actually did some research while we were watching that video, and it seems like they have this mandatory recycling system since 1996, and they also banned single plastic use on the island to reduce the amount of waste. And then they also have a take it or leave it campaign. So me and my family actually went in there and sorted through all the clothes and stuff, see if we wanted something. And there's also like furniture and other random stuff that you can have. So it's pretty cool to see that circulation of waste in that small little island.
Well, it sounds like one way to start at least.
I know, it's like they have a limited amount of space. You can't put the trash anywhere else but there. So it's kind of nice to see that these two different places around the world are doing the same thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, this sounds like a really good idea. We should just do our project on this.
Yeah, let's get started tomorrow.
All right.
Sounds good.
I'll see you guys
All right.
later.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
Yes.